After 3 thrilling victories last episode, the Las Vegas Raiders have completely turned their season around. We have gone from 4-6, turning ourselves from evaluation mode of our QB of the future, Dale Burton, to now 7-6 with a very real shot of making the playoffs. If the season were to end today, we would be the number 6 seed and would face off against our AFC West rival Chargers for the third time this season in the wildcard round. Now, there are 4 games left in the season. We play the Niners, the Browns, the Jets, and the Chiefs again to end the year. We have been guaranteed nothing. No playoff spot in the AFC is safe. Hypothetically, even the 1 seed is still up for grabs. These next 4 games are going to determine the shape of this season, and it starts here with a very, very tough matchup against San Francisco. The amount of parity in our league is extremely high right now. A team like the Niners with Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Fred Warner, George Kittle, all these talents should be better than 6-7, but here they are fighting for their playoff lives. This is one of the really, really challenging teams for us to try and beat. I think this is going to be a lot kind of like the Dolphins game, where so much motion and misdirection is going to play into how we have to call our defense. And obviously, it all kind of starts with Christian McCaffrey, right? He's such a threat with the ball in his hands, both in the run game and the receiving game. We're going to have to really commit resources to stop him and probably play more single high than we've had to for most of the year. The problem is, if we go single high, that is when this amazing group of receivers can start to attack us. Brandon Ayuk is still here. He has not gone rogue and left the team, and the Niners aren't looking to trade him in this universe, so he is here. Now, is he necessarily a guy that I think we need to commit all of our resources to and start, calling cover 2 to him and possibly double teaming him? Maybe. I think it's very dependent on how the game starts playing out. Are they going to be targeting Ayuk? Are they going to be targeting Pearsall or working Jawan Jennings instead? I think it's much more of a case-by-case situation of seeing who is beating us. And I think going into the game, the real plan is going to have to be calling plays to stop George Kittle. Tight ends in Madden are insanely good, and Kittle is the best. So we're probably going to have to play a lot of quarters to get double teams on Kittle, and if they come out with him lined up as the number 1 with trips on the other side, then cover 2 will be to his side. So I think my plan right now is to go in calling my defense to Kittle. So what happens when you take one of the worst offensive lines in the league and remove one of the best left tackles of all time? Trent Williams has retired, and instead it is Harvey Ashe starting at left tackle. He is a lower rated rookie. He's solid in the run game, but the pass protection, especially against power, could certainly use a little bit of work. This could be a game where we see Derek Hall really have kind of that first big game as a Raider. He hasn't really done much since we've traded for him in the Max Crosby deal, but I think this is a game where Hall could finally show his stuff. The rest of this O-line, it's really not that impressive. Austin Corbett is fine. Bradley Bozeman, as much as I love Bradley Bozeman, he's not good whatsoever. Really a big weakness, especially against speed. At right guard, there is Dominic Puny. He's kind of the one guy who is a good road grader, good pass protector, really, really solid guard. But for this to be your best piece, along with Trent Brown on the right side, really is a big weakness for them, and I think that we could win here with our defensive line. And then moving on to the Niners defense, this is a tough matchup, obviously. Whenever you have to go against Nick Bosa, he's going to be going against Charles Grant, who has faced good pass rushers before. He faced Max Crosby and did okay, but the Seahawks moved Crosby around a lot. I don't expect Bosa to move around quite as much, and if not, we of course are going to have to slide protection to him. On the other side, Mykel Williams, he's solid against the run, but as a pass rusher, I have no doubt that Colton Miller, who's back 100% healthy, can handle him. And then on the interior, two younger, inexperienced defensive linemen, Jalen Redmond and then Alfred Collins. They are pretty solid against the run, but pass rush, I don't think it's going to be that much of a concern. So really the protection game plan is just slide to Bosa and figure it all out on the other side. The teams that have given us the most trouble in the run game are the teams with the elite linebackers. The Chiefs were probably the toughest team that we had to run on last episode with their trio of awesome linebackers, but none of them were quite as good as Fred Warner. 99 awareness, 99 player recognition. We're not going to be fooling him. He's really amazing in coverage. We're going to have to scheme things around Fred Warner, just try and run as much misdirection as possible, try and get him out of position, and then just get away from him. You know, he's extremely fast. The question is, can we beat him to the edge? Can we just stay away from Warner? D. Winters as the complement to him is extremely nice, very good in coverage, very fast. This could be a really tough game for our running game. And then the secondary, it's pretty good for the Niners. Deommodore Lenoir as number one. They are very much capable of kind of choosing which corner is going to play which receiver based on skill set, right? Lenoir, much more zone-oriented. Renardo Green, much more man-oriented. They have Kendall Fuller, signed the veteran to be their slot corner. It's a pretty decent signing for Madden. Don't know if Kendall Fuller in real life still has any juice left in the tank, but this is a good secondary. You go to the safeties, again, a little bit slower. It's a theme we've seen for a lot of these teams. Kobe Bryant, Malik Mustafa, and then Jordan Battle, right? So nothing too crazy at safety, but Bosa and Warner are going to create so many problems already that the secondary really kind of is the last of my concerns. If you want to keep track of some of our division rivals on the scorebug this week, keep an eye on the Chargers taking on the Chiefs. Since we've beaten the Chiefs already and we were swept by the Chargers, we definitely want Kansas City to win their matchup. And then Denver is taking on New England. We've already beat New England once, and we split our season series against the Broncos. So we would want New England to win this game to hurt Denver's record and help us with any tiebreakers possible. Every game matters now down the stretch. Any loss could be the one that eventually does us in due to tiebreakers. It could be the difference between us winning this division and missing the playoffs all together. We've had 3 enthralling wins the past 3 weeks, and you do have to wonder, does the energy die down because of those big victories? Do we get a little bit too comfortable? Up first for the Niners, we're going to be seeing condensed sets just like we've been seeing with teams like Miami, by Kansas City when they came out in so much bunch. We're going to have to be ready to go here. Hand out to Chris McCaffrey, first play. He's got a gain of 7. So remember, we really got to be keying in on where George Kittle is here. Bunch, we're going to want to play this like box. So we'll go ahead and call quarter, half to it. We can press down on Pearsall. And we're going to get a handoff to McCaffrey. Nope, play fake. Purdy, passes dropped by Juwan Jennings. All right, brings up a big 3rd down and 3. I do want to mug, but we're going to want to play a bit underneath, play aggressive here. They only need 3 yards. So let's see if we get the pressure on Purdy. He throws, pass, caught. There's Ayuk. He gets the best of Mekhi Blackman, and they get the first down. And because of the propensity of the Niners to run outside zone, you're going to see a lot of our 6-man front on the field today. So a lot of Sergio Matias here playing a little bit of edge. Hand off to McCaffrey in the middle. Good job by Cody Barton. He took on Kyle Juszczyk. That's a really, really nice job. Brings up 2nd down and 8 with a tight look. So we're going to respond. We're going to answer with quarters because Kittle will be... Yep, there he is. So it's a trips look right now, so we're prepared to poach with Gilman. I think we're going to get motion. We do. So we're all set. We're good to go here. Underneath, passes caught by Ayuk and a little bit of mesh. A gain of 3. 3rd and 7 here. We got stacked. We're going to take Gilman and play this a little bit like pounders. We're going to take the 2 of the highest routes coming on here. Now motion out. It's kind of like bunch now. We still have everything covered, but Kittle able to beat CJ Clayton out of bounds there on the corner route. That's just a good matchup there to get Kittle on the safety. I want to change this up, make sure we get the cover 2 to Kittle's side. We cannot get the press off, but Purdy's going to throw over the middle, pass caught. There's Pearsall, and they're just moving right down the field against us right now. Keep on calling the quarters to Kittle, see if we can get these jams on him. Throw, quick outside, there's Pearsall. They're kind of picking us apart right now just in the quick game. Handoff to McCaffrey, that's a nice tackle. Drew Sanders makes the play. We do have an injury, it appears to be to one of our guys. I don't know who it is. Oh, it is McCaffrey. He's going to come off the field. It came with the Raiders logo, so I was kind of surprised to see it was McCaffrey. And we're going to send a bit of pressure. We're going to send pressure. Derek Hall will get a little bit of a chip on Kittle. Screen. This is set up. This is caught. Oh, no. Oh, no. Just jumping right over me on the ground. Brings up 3rd down and 1. We know what happens here. It's going to be a QB sneak. We do have movement, though. What happened here? It's a false start on San Francisco. Okay, so 3rd and 6 now coming up. Much better situation for us to be in now as opposed to 3rd and 1. We're actually going to have to play a real offense here. Pass here, caught. That's Ayuk. He's got behind us. Touchdown Niners. They just ran mesh, and I wasn't ready for it. I switched to half court to quarter. I'm supposed to poach over as the safety, and I just wasn't prepared for all the crossing routes over the middle. Yeah, I mean, they had 3 routes there. I just got lost. All right, Dale Burton. He's started 3 games. He's got 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's been a game manager so far to this point. We're not going to be scoring a ton of points, I don't think, with Burton at quarterback, but we're going to do okay. We're going to put ourselves in a position to win games. I'm going to switch here to outside zone. Let's get Tucker out of here so he's not involved in trying to block a linebacker. Let's see if we can get the reach on Warner. We do. That's a great job. Ashton Genty into the clear. That was a great job by Colton Miller getting up to Warner and actually sealing that off. They don't have enough numbers over here to handle inside zone. We're going to give it to Genty again. We get a good block from Holloway on Warner. If we're able to pick up Warner consistently in the run game, we are going to be playing a completely different game than what I anticipated. Watch out here. Trey Tucker is going to try and chip Nick Bosa. This is going to be a really quick throw. I don't know if I trust this, but we have it. There's Brock Bowers. He's going to pull away from Kendall Fuller and is able to get the first down. So we're moving. 2nd and 11 now. We got 2 high, so we're gonna start with our spacing here. Bowers, Besh, Tucker. Read this out. Throw, caught. That's Besh. That's a bit of a bailout there. Pressure came through pretty quickly. We get a nice gain of 8. We're in a great spot now. 3rd down and very, very manageable. We'll go with a couple options here on the RPO. If no one drops out over Tucker right now, that's my throw. We're really going to key Fuller in the slot, see what he does. There we go. Tucker, 1st down. They blitzed Fuller. We'll just replace him. There's no cover down on Bowers, so we're just going to put him on speed out and throw this out to him. We'll take our easy throw. Oh, button press didn't register again. We're able to make the throw. A little bit late. Still get 6. Burton stepping up, running. He's going to get the 1st down. Taken down by Bosa. We're handling him pretty well to start off. Not seeing too much from Bosa on the first drive. We're getting the ball out quick. We're doing a good job handling everything. Safety's away from Tucker, so we're going to read him here. If we get this throw, we're going to rip it to him. And we do. Up in the air. He had to go up and get it. Couldn't bring it down. Go play fake here. If we can't block Bosa, we don't have to. Hit Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer! 1st and goal at the 1. But that's pretty much my entire goal here right now, honestly, is just if we can't block Nick Bosa, then we don't have to. Just leave him unblocked. Read him. Run bootlegs his way. Do everything we can to just keep him out of the play. We give it to Genty on 1st and goal. He cannot get it. Warner makes the play. That'll be the end of the 1st quarter. Very, very fast 1st quarter. Only 1 drive completed. We're 3rd and goal from the 1. We are going to try and just sneak this thing in. Big Alfred Collins and Jalen Redmond in the middle. Can they stop Dale Burton? No, they cannot. We sneak it in, tie this thing up at the start of the second quarter. That is another rushing touchdown for Dale Burton. I think he's got 4 of them now. Brock Purdy, 3rd in the NFL in passing touchdowns with 28. I think we're going to have to respond with more single high with how much condensed that they're running. Here we can go ahead and still match with our 6-man front and poach over to play Kittle. But we're going to have to get a toss out. McCaffrey, Eric Stokes not able to bring him down, but he goes so far outside that CJ Clayton's able to trace it from the backside and make the tackle. Definitely want to press Kittle on the backside of the bunch here. Purdy has time, throws underneath his McCaffrey. He breaks away from Blackman, able to pick up the first down. Only issue here is McFadden's got to carry 3 vertical. Whoever that is. There's Ayuk running underneath. They're going to throw it to him, but he drops it. He was going to be able to pull away from Micah McFadden if he held on there. And 3rd down, very long. I'm gonna send pressure here. We're gonna stunt and send the nickel. We're gonna send Mekhi Blackman. We're going to get our matching here, so we should have McFadden matching to Kittle. Can Barton get out to Ayuk? All right, they're going empty. This might be trouble here. Purdy throws short. It is caught by Kittle. It's a nice job, though, by Darian Porter reacting to it. So this is exactly how Deuce should look. McCaffrey's going to run kind of like an in and up, and McFadden's going to take care of him all the way. Kittle, we're getting curl flat at the top here, so I'm playing top down with CJ Clayton. In this case, I'm taking the curl route as soon as I see it. And then Porter, once he sees the flat route from Kittle and the throw coming, he's going to crash on this. Now, this was really close to actually being a pick. With a guy as athletic as Porter, that is a serious concern. But the pressure gets through. The stunt from Derek Hall worked pretty well. Purdy, he was throwing out of a very muddy pocket. This is a perfect rep by the defense, and we're getting off the field. All right, we're going to get our John Gruden on a little bit with a little bit of spider Y banana here. Get this throw out. Jack Westover, no one covered him. Jack Westover, oh my goodness, Jack Westover! He's crossing midfield! Oh my goodness, a 35-yard reception for the fullback. They ran engage 8! No wonder! Westover's got to come out of the game. He's so tired. Bowers is playing fullback. Give it to Genty. Great block on Warner. Ashton Genty in the Niner territory down to the 34. Single high. So we're play faking this, but our throw really all the way is Tucker. As long as the nickel doesn't get out to it. Oh, that's not cover 3. But Brock Bowers is wide open. He's taken down at the 5. This drive is full of explosive plays. No, so we get cover 2 invert here. And I mean, I'm keying, watching what the apex is doing on this side. I see him coming all the way in. So my eyes then go to the comeback route because I figured single high, right? We'll have our comeback route. But the corner is playing underneath technique. So my eyes flash back to the middle of the field. There's no one covering Brock Bowers. And I have my choice between Bowers and Besh. I mean, if I throw this to Besh, it's probably a touchdown. But Bowers is the first guy I saw, and I just couldn't believe how open he was. So we just rip it. Pitching it out. Genty, he gets the corner. Ashton Genty into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. What a drive! Only 10 rushing yards so far today for the Niners. This is really surprising they haven't been able to dial up a little bit more in their running game. We're going to come out in single high against a tight look, get more defenders in the box. Purdy to throw again, trying to keep this quick game going. Outside, that's caught by Ayuk. Clayton's there. A gain of 6, but we do a good job rallying. Okay, Trey by flex, we're definitely going to go with some fist to the weak side here. Get Stokes made up on Kittle, and we're playing Stubby on the front side. Purdy, he's got Kittle. There he is. He breaks away from Stokes. We rally and tackle. Kittle part of the bunch. So we're going to play cover 2 to that side. We're going to poach over with Clayton. All right, we're okay. We can still run this after the shift. It's all right. We'll be okay. Purdy, he's got one route deep. He's sacked. Johnny Newton. There we go. 3rd and 17 upcoming. All these routes are just short, and we're sitting on them. They don't really have anything to go to right now. 3rd down, 17. We're going to back up here with the secondary. Playing off. We're stunting a little bit. Purdy, he has time. Throws, incomplete. The pressure got there. Derek Hall forces the errant throw. 4th down coming up. What a rep by our defense. I should also point out the Niners try to run mesh on 3rd and 17. Don't think that is necessarily the best play call out there. So Dale Burton might not be the craziest athlete in the world, but he's still got a little bit of scoot to him. We'll run some read option here. Oh my goodness, Ashton Jeanty, the holes are just massive for him right now. Let's keep on making Bosa wrong. Get him up the field, and then throw this screen back to Mayer. Oh, he breaks away. Michael Mayer. The Niners were in good position, but we're still able to get 4 out of it. We've done a great job so far making Nick Bosa wrong every single rep. We'll run inside zone split. We just need an easy block on him. Jeanty, he able to get the 1st down. 2-minute warning. We get the ball to start the second half, so I am fully content with this being a field goal drive, and then we take the ball coming out of half up by 2 scores with the chance to do a lot more damage. We're getting zone all the way here. I want to read the drive. Now, problem is we're going to get isolated on Bosa with Charles Grant. So this ball's got to come out pretty fast if we want it here. There's Bowers able to make a great catch with Fuller all over him. We got zone here. Jeanty's probably my throw, actually. Warner's going to be on Tucker, so we're just going to swing this out here to Jeanty with Mayer lead blocking for him. Ashton Jeanty, 1st down, out of bounds at the 20. There we go. Just play the numbers game. We're going to play numbers game here again. They're 3 over 2. On the outside, we have 5 guys in the box and 5 offensive linemen to block them. We should be able to handle this just fine. Little draw. Jeanty, we're scampering, able to get 5. Tucker in the game. We got single high. Doesn't look like we have man. Looks like it is zone, so we'll probably read the left side to Tucker. There we go. Jack Besh, 1st down. And we can... I was going to say we can take our timeout, but the Niners now are going to take theirs. Smart call, considering that now we know there's only 4 plays to go, no matter what. So they can get the ball back with some time. 2nd and goal, just keep the play action game going here. Where's our throw? It's Bowers. It's Brock Bowers! Covered by Warner, but he beats him on the corner route. Touchdown Raiders, up 21-7. So the Niners go straight man here, and there really isn't much of a man tell. The only thing that we could maybe guess here telling us that it's man is that Kendall Fuller is running with Michael Mayer's motion, but we really just have to read out the bootleg as we go. Great job by Colton Miller, right? We get the spin move inside by the edge rusher on the left, so we have a nice clean space to roll out left into, and then Brock Bowers, he's just able to out-leverage Fred Warner. And if there's one guy on our team that can beat Fred Warner in coverage with his size and speed, it is Brock Bowers. And this is a great throw from Burton. On the run, just able to flick that thing out there, rolling left as a righty. It's a really, really tough throw. That's perfect. To the back corner, and Bowers is able to make the catch. The really important thing here now is to not allow a touchdown. A field goal, I'm okay with. But 39 seconds with 1 timeout, that's enough time for San Francisco to get something done here. So we're going to play a little bit conservative. I'm okay allowing the field goal, as contradictory as that sounds here. To the air, Purdy's just throwing short. That's caught by Jake Tonjes. It's a nice game, but that's not what they need right now. See, where is Kittle? He is... Alright, he's number 3. We'll take Kittle all the way here. Take him vertical. Pass short's incomplete. I think they were trying to set up a screen. Yes, they were. They had nothing. 3rd down. Very short. McCaffrey in the gun. So they're going to motion him back in. Here he comes. We're moving with it. We're doing a good job. We're there. Purdy throws over the middle. He's got Jawan Jennings. 1st down. But clock is running. They are really running out of time now. We're going to back up. We're just going to back up. We don't need to play stubby. We'll just play match. We're okay. Going vertical. Purdy throws, caught. There's Pearsall. That's still not going to do much for him. We'll get the dime package out here, get another DB on the field. Clayton's going to drop down, play some linebacker. Tight condensed set, we'll play some cover 3. Take the out route there to Pearsall. Still not really helping them here. Playing cover 2 over this side here with Kittle. Kittle and Pearsall getting the cover 2. Purdy throws it again outside. There's Stokes. They're just trying to throw the little spray out. We were there for it, though, this time. They've been running that so much. And that's why you can run cover 2 against that side. 4th and 2. I'm just going to go safe, man. I wouldn't punt it here if I were the Niners. I would just chuck it up, but to each their own. They're going to kick it out of bounds. We'll just kneel the ball and head to halftime. What a first half for our offense. We've just been moving right up and down the field. And the defense has played great too. The Niners really haven't been testing us that much. They've just been throwing stuff short. They haven't been getting McCaffrey going. Kittle really hasn't done much. And we're in a great spot. I don't really have much commentary here. The thing I'm most interested about is seeing if our divisional games have happened yet. I didn't see them on the score bug. We see here the Giants take down the Jags to move to 6-8. I really just care about this Chargers-Chiefs game. Bears-Falcons in the 6-7 bowl. Oh my goodness, it is a blizzard, but the Falcons just chuck it down the field. Who threw it? There's Bijan. Penix to Bijan. I have no idea how Bijan got so wide open. I guess the Bears just didn't see him. I wasn't expecting a blizzard to pop up here. So the Falcons win to move to 7-7, and then Texans-Titans. The Titans end up winning this game, so we don't get a highlight from our divisional games, but maybe we'll see after this highlight here, this Cam Ward touchdown pass, if those games have happened yet. They might not have happened. And the offense gets to come right back on the field. Ashton Jeanty 1 yard ahead of Quinshon Judkins for running back receiving leaders. You know what? That makes me think. Let's just go ahead and throw him a screen right now. Try and help that number out a little bit. We'll just keep on making Bosa a non-factor. We did a great job with that in the first half. Run the screen to his side so we can't get it past Charles Grant. Get it to Jeanty. Good block by Caleb Rogers. He puts Lenore on his butt. Jeanty takes a shot, though, from Fred Warner. That's some really unnecessary contact I didn't want him to take. But yeah, we've done a great job making Bosa really a non-factor through all the play action. All right, 2nd and 10. Single high, so we have our flood. Let's read it here. We get pressure, though. Burton has to throw. He hits Bowers on the backside dig. That is a massive throw. That is an NFL throw right there to Brock Bowers. Wow. RPO here to Bowers. We're just going to get away from Bosa. Stay away from Bosa. Brock Bowers powers ahead. First down inside the 30. The Niners are not able to contend with our offense right now. Oh, this counter looks really good. This should be a clean counter here with the under front. Give it to Sean Tucker, but these linebackers are really starting to play well now. They're starting to actually fill. So we're going to go empty. We have pressure coming off left side. We got pressure coming, so it's some kind of probably zone pressure, but we have enough guys to pick it up. We'll be fine. Here it comes. Just make that throw. Brock Bowers. There we go. Brock Bowers into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the day. Kirby Bryant just could not keep up. We blocked the rush perfectly. We handled the blitz, and Bowers was just able to win off the inside release. They got us with a mesh for a touchdown. We get him with a mesh. That's the closest Nick Bosa's gotten to Burton all day. San Francisco's really going to have to get something going here if they don't want this game to completely get away from them. They haven't been able to push the ball down the field. We've locked up Kittle so far. The run game hasn't been very effective. This throw here from Purdy. Oh my gosh, what a catch from Ayuk. On the bootleg, Stokes was all over him. But Ayuk is able to bring it in. So that's the kind of play that they needed to get things going here. Big play into Raider territory. They're going to go play fake again for Purdy. He has 2 routes on the field. This time broken up for Ayuk by Stokes. We get a stack look here. We're going to go ahead. We're going to run some pounder to the stack. 2 tight ends on the field. McCaffrey's going to motion out. We're still fine. All right, we'll take the higher of the 2 routes here. Pass. Caught. McCaffrey wide open. What happened? That's going to be a touchdown for the Niners. What happened? I was so focused on playing the stack. I was trusting everything else would handle itself. They ran the same hitch and go that the Saints did against us. I wonder if the same thing happened. Does Stokes leave this alone? Yep. Yes, he does. Okay. Well, yeah, this is a bad job by Stokes. And, I mean, I don't know what Cody Barton's doing. This is just a terrible rep all around. I'm thankful that we're up big right now by 2 scores, because that would make me a lot more frustrated if that was going to be more costly. But they're right back in this thing. We're going to have to keep scoring and keep the drives going if we don't want that to be impactful. Single high, we'll read our stick on the right side. It's not there. We'll step up with Burton. He's able to get back to the line. All right, they just went straight man on that rep. Take our completion on the RPO. Trey Tucker able to get 5. 3rd and 5, we can handle that, as Dale Burton has just had a fantastic game so far with the 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing. We got 2 high. Not sure if we got man or zone, so we're just going to pure progress this thing. We got Michael Mayer. He's able to hang on through the contact from D. Winters. That's great. Excellent work to keep this drive going. Oh, we got movement. Oh, but it's going to be on San Francisco. Okay. Oh, this is getting a little bit jumpy. He hasn't had much of an impact. He's getting a little bit jumpy. Just running some mesh here. Just running some mesh. There we go. Trey Tucker. There's no one there. No one there. Trey Tucker into Niner territory. 1st down. Here we go. Just go boot left. Boot to the field. Mayer to Bowers. Oh, Burton taken down. There's Mykel Williams. He did a good job staying home. I was hoping we could get that throw off in time, but we could not. For a kick from Carlson. Genty takes a big shot again from Winters, but that is going to be field goal range. There we go. Carlson drills it right down the middle. It's a 17-point game with the 3rd quarter winding down. So at this point, clock is going to be the Niners' biggest enemy. They still have plenty of time. But if we keep on driving the way we have been, it's going to be tough for them. No Kittle on the field here on 1st down. Purdy to throw, in trouble. He is sacked! Johnny Newton gets there again. Everything was locked down. That is a coverage sack if I've ever seen one. And this Niners offensive line, I thought it could be a weakness. It so far has absolutely proven to be. They can't open up holes in the running game. They can't pass protect for long. Play fake for Purdy. He's only got 2 routes on the field. Ball's on the ground. CJ Clayton has it. What in the world happened? It's Raider football. Drew Sanders made the hit. I don't know if that's going to go down as a sack and a strip, or if that is a scramble and then a fumble. But we're back on offense, and this is the first time we've had a blowout in a long while. It is a strip sack for Drew Sanders. Hand it off, Genty. Great downfield blocking from the receivers. Ashton Genty inside the 10. How about a little bit of sprint out? Burton throws. Tucker, touchdown! On some sprint out! Oh my goodness, we are taking it to the Niners! You don't see much sprint out in the pro game. That's mainly a college concept, but if you're going to see it, you're going to see it in the red zone. We have 2 routes on the field, a hitch, a corner. If it's zone, we're likely throwing the hitch. But if it was man, like it was on that rep, we throw the corner and Trey Tucker's able to hold on to it. This game has been almost perfect on offense. Oh, and we just saw Kansas City took down the Chargers. So if our score holds, we will be 8-6 along with the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, we need to be completely better than them because they swept us. But that is a massive development. Thank you, Kansas City. 3rd and 7 coming up now. We're going to stunt it up a little bit. We're in dime. A little bit of motion at 2x2. We're all right. We have this covered. Purdy in trouble. Has to throw it because Sanders is there. Nice tackle by Jeremy Chin on McCaffrey. And that is going to end the 4th quarter. What a complete game. We're going to start getting some backups rolling in here. Not all of them, but a good chunk of backups are going to start coming in now because we don't need to keep playing our best players. Dale Burton's day is done, and we're going to let Geno Smith come back in and play out the 4th quarter. Sean Tucker will also be in for Ashton Genty. Other guys not in include Brock Bowers. Oh my goodness, Sean Tucker on his first carry of the game will take it all the way. A perfectly blocked rep of outside zone. So this is just straight outside zone. And the read for outside zone is the end man on the line of scrimmage, which again, Nick Bosa. We're going to read what Bosa does. How does he handle his block? Michael Mayer takes him out. And the idea with zone is that you don't want to run where the defenders are. So Mayer takes Bosa out. So we're going to cut inside of Bosa. And then our next read is the next interior defensive lineman, which in this case is Jalen Redmond here. We get a little bit of a combo block, and then Caleb Rogers is able to reach him. So we're just going to cut right between Mayer and Rogers. And then we get a great block by Charles Grant. We go right off of his butt. And then the downfield block from Jack Besh on the deep safety, Kobe Bryant, is able to spring us. We're just able to cut right inside, stick the foot in the ground, and we're gone. That's the beauty of outside zone. You make one read, one cut, and it can turn into a run like this. San Francisco scored 2 late garbage time touchdowns after that. They literally spent their timeouts driving down the field with less than a minute to score this last touchdown. That's just great job, EA. But 45-27, we destroy a very talented San Francisco team, despite what their record says. Almost a perfect day by the offense. Nearly 0 hiccups whatsoever. And the defense, when I was actually caring and wasn't just playing off coverage the entire time, the defense was suffocating Purdy. And the Niners, they couldn't get anything going. I am so astounded by how well we played in this game. And all of a sudden now, with the Chargers losing, we have a legit chance of not just making the playoffs, but winning the division. So Denver ended up beating New England, which means that now, if we look at the playoff picture, we would be the 7 seed. Despite doing everything right, we do drop in the standings. We'd be facing off against the Texans and that insanely vaunted defense. That would be a terrifying matchup for us. I have gotten results on all of our focus players. We'll go ahead and talk about Parker Griffin to start. So remember, the thing about Griffin, big physical wide receiver with some very nice athleticism ratings, particularly with speed and strength, and then a very interesting skill set. Now, we don't know the full picture on him yet, but we do know A, ball carry vision, A, spec catch, A, catch in traffic. The B, release and short route running for a bigger receiver is very interesting. The thing that I really want to know, what's the run blocking, right? He has that good to great strength. Well, comes in with A to B run blocking. So I feel really, really good about him. Kind of adds that Puka Nacua kind of insert blocking role that I had thought up for him. Next up, Josh Mann, one of the most athletic tight ends I've seen at 6'4", 260. I really want to know what the run blocking is. Right now, we don't know for 100% certainty, but it does come in at an A to B. Combine that with the A awareness, catching traffic, deep route running, and spec catch. I think that he is absolutely a target for us. I imagine that run blocking is probably an A. Just look at all these A to B ratings. Absolutely insane how good he is. I think he could be a first round pick for us. And then lastly, Chauncey Cherry, another guy with an elite athletic profile. He came in with A man coverage. I wanted to know what the zone coverage was. It's a B. So an A would probably make him, again, kind of like man, like a fringe round 1 guy for me. The B makes him a solid round 2 pick, but the A awareness, A play recognition, I really, really like this. I like the skill set a lot. So I think we were 3 for 3 on our focus players. The Browns are up next on our schedule, and I really think after looking through this team and looking at their stats, this is a massive trap game possibility for us. Coming at 5-9, I don't think does this team justice. Obviously, the defense is amazing. The offense has its struggles, but anytime you're going up against a group that allows less than 20 points per game, it's going to be tough for you to score. And this defense is utterly insane. I think it's just kind of fair to actually start with the defense and then talk about the offense afterwards, because the defense is going to determine everything. If the Browns defense plays like their ratings show they can, then this could be Seahawks game all over again in terms of how effectively we're able to move the ball. It all starts with Myles Garrett. He needs no introduction. Now, he didn't break the sack record last year because we simmed the end of the season. He didn't end up getting any. He finished with 21 sacks instead, but he is still the best pass rusher in our franchise. Now, if we're going to win, I think we're going to have to play very, very similarly to what we did last week against Nick Bosa and the Niners, right? We did a great job keeping Bosa just completely out of the picture. We bootlegged away from him, we bootlegged to him, and left him unblocked, right? It's the simplest premise. If you can't block him, then don't. Just read him and make him wrong. Now, the problem is that the Browns have other good pass rushers. The 3rd overall pick, Lamar Skinner, is maybe not the highest upside player already with normal development at an 80 overall, but that very high finesse move is certainly something that could win a couple of times against Charles Grant. And the challenge is really going to be how much help do we give Colton Miller, because he'll be seeing Myles Garrett this game, as opposed to most teams where the best pass rusher rushes off right tackle. On the interior, Mason Graham is a very solid piece, a very nice run stopper with some power moves, and then Malik Collins offers a great complement with his finesse rushing. So it's really going to be tough for us to slide our protections around. We're not going to be able to just slide to Garrett because there are other threats. So we're really going to have to play a complete game on the offensive line if we're going to pass protect well. And then at the second level, Carson Schlesinger in his second year has continued to play phenomenally. He has the size, the speed, he's excellent in coverage and a fantastic tackler. Now, I was very impressed with how we handled Fred Warner last week. I don't expect that to be the norm. We managed to block Warner extremely well. Our double teams were fantastic. We're going to try and keep that up. But Schlesinger, he's an elite linebacker. We're going to have to make him wrong like we did with Warner if we want to move the ball. And then other really good linebackers, Devin Bush and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, both of them have their strengths. Bush a bit better in run defense, Owusu-Koramoah much better in coverage. It's a very good linebacker group. And then the secondary, again, just a ton of depth here. Denzel Ward, truly one of the best corners in the league. He's great in man, great in zone. Maybe not the best press corner, but he's still more than capable of doing it. Get him tackling, right? Then we could probably get something going against him, but he's probably going to take away his side of the field. But they have very good corners otherwise. Chidobe Awuzie on the other side, Tyson Campbell, Rodney Ryans, who's a superstar dev corner, is just sitting here 4th on their depth chart. And then also look at Martin Emerson all the way down here. He's really good also. So this is an extremely deep corner group, probably the best group of corners that we're going to see all year just in terms of depth. They're all fantastic. And the safeties are really nice too. Ronnie Hickman and Grant Delpit. Hickman, a little bit slow, like a lot of the safeties we played against, but that hasn't really seemed to matter so much. We really only got the deep passing game going a little bit against the Niners, and that was more because of some blown coverages, more so than us beating them vertically down the field. Offensively, though, it is a much different story. Shedeur Sanders comes in with a very pedestrian season. 18 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. He's proving to be nothing more than a bridge quarterback. Oh my God. 53 sacks. I'm just now seeing this. I looked at his stats before I started. I didn't see this. 53 in 14 games. That's almost 4 sacks per game. If this isn't a game for our pass rush, then I don't know what is. But Sanders, he's not a starting caliber quarterback. The arm isn't strong. The accuracy is okay. He's just very middling, right? There's nothing about Shedeur that screams franchise quarterback, and he's playing like a backup. Now, the run game for Cleveland is their strength, but Quinson Judkins is out for this game with a hip pointer, so their best ground game threat will not be playing. However, they do still have Dylan Sampson, who's a very explosive runner in his own right. The receiving core, finally, feels like we're not playing a team with an elite receiving weapon, is very pedestrian, right? Jerry Jeudy is the best receiver on this team, which would make Steve Smith very happy. They do have the rookie Darrell Jennings. He's a solid number 2. And then it's just a pretty decent group, right? Adonai Mitchell is their 4, right? He was on our practice squad very briefly. But this isn't a group that I'm terrified of. I don't think that we're going to have to do any kind of calls to a number or anything. I think we're just going to get to go out and play our game of defense, especially with David Njoku out. He broke his thumb and he's out for the next 4 weeks, probably till the end of the season. I don't think Cleveland will want to rush him back. He was their biggest receiving threat and he's out. But Harold Fannin is still a very, very competent receiver. Cleveland does have a rookie left tackle in Paul Peak. He is a solid prospect and he is very athletic. I do worry about his ability to block against power, which is very good considering we have Derek Hall going up against him. I think that is a matchup we can absolutely win with Hall's power against Peak's lack of power. They also have another star dev rookie offensive lineman in Jermaine Allen. So they've done a good job drafting, trying to build up this offensive line. 2 star dev rookies on the O-line is great to see, but this O-line isn't that strong as evidenced by the 53 sacks allowed. Luke Fortner at center. This could be another game where we come out and just say, hey, or try and block Tommy Donaldson. I don't think that Fortner will be able to, especially with that 67 run block power. I think that Donaldson can certainly win his matchup there. Wyatt Teller is still here, but he's certainly not the player that he was 3 or 4 years ago. And then Jack Conklin at right tackle, he's fine. You know, this is like a bunch of fine players on the right side, 2 young, high upside rookies on the left side, and then a pretty poor center. It's just not an offense that scares me a lot. What scares me is if the defense can shut us down and then kind of drag us down with them into a messy game where a field goal could determine the outcome. For those of you scoreboard watching, we're going to be taking a look, trying to find Jacksonville beating Denver, New England beating the Chargers, and the Falcons beating the Chiefs. So keep an eye out for those 3 games on the ticker and during the halftime report. We are going to get to see this elite Brown defense up first, as we will be receiving the opening kickoff. Back deep is Terrell Carey. He'll take it with Dylan Lauby leading for him. Carey going out left, taken down right about at the 30-yard line, where Dale Burton and the Raider offense will start. I think really the game plan is to try and run at Malik Collins. I think he is kind of the weak link on this Cleveland offense, and we're going to try ahead get that going right here, right now. This is Jalen Richards in the backfield. I need to change the depth chart because Brock Bauer is supposed to be the one in the backfield. Richards gets the handoff. He gets 4. I'm going to go ahead and make a move on the depth chart real quick. All right, good gain of 4 there. Brings up 2nd and 6. We got a really nice situation here. I'm going to keep on trying to run right at Malik Collins. Schlesinger's walked up into the box. We should be able to handle him okay with JPJ. Genty gets the handoff. There we go. Good blocking, Ashton Genty out towards midfield. All right, single high. We're going play action, so we're going to read this just high to low on the right side. Throw is most likely going to be to Trey Tucker. Oh no, there's Myles Garrett. Jeez. He was not fooled at all by the play fake. That's the risk of leaving them unblocked on the bootleg, is if they're able to read it's a boot fast enough and take the angle, you're really kind of screwed because your back is turned to them, and Garrett's able to get us there. All right, 2nd and 18. I think we're getting cover 2 here. We'll go ahead and hand this off to Genty because the box is light. Run the draw right behind Steve Holloway. He gets a good block on JOK and it makes it 3rd and 10. All right, we got man-to-man here. Can tell because we got the linebacker out on Dylan Laub. So we're going to try and get this rub here with Bowers. Oh, we got him. Brock Bowers. There we go. He completely beat Ryans, and Brock Bowers is going to walk in. Touchdown Raiders on 3rd and 10. Yep, the rookie still has a couple of things to learn. Trying to press Brock Bowers at the line. He won so fast on the slot fade, right? Really easy man tell across the board, right? All the corners pressed up at the line, and then you got Schlesinger out here over Dylan Laub, just confirms it. So I feel very comfortable that we got some kind of man coverage. And the only route that we have that's a man beater, we have this kind of under route from Besh, and then we have a slot fade from Bowers. And all we're doing is reading if there's any rub created from this, and Bowers just wins off the jam so fast. This is ridiculous for a 240-pound tight end to be doing this. Look at how fast Burton's throwing this after 7 yards. And then we do get a little bit of a bump. So Besh gets open too also. If Bowers didn't win so fast, we're throwing this to Besh. So this is just a perfect play call. Perfect throw right in the bucket. And then Bowers takes it the rest of the way. It's the exact type of thing that Cleveland cannot let happen. Getting a sack and then forcing a 3rd and 10 to allow a touchdown when this offense is what they're working with. Really, really bad situation for them to start out in. Now, because Shedeur is not much of a threat for me, I'm going to go ahead and just say, you keep the ball. Everything. Just you keep it. I will force you to run. Do everything here. They come out in a little bit of jumbo, right? Extra offensive lineman there on the left side. So we'll watch the run left. They're going to play fake it. Shedeur, he's in trouble though. He goes down, sacked by Donaldson. He had a chance if he just got rid of the ball, but he does not. Donaldson unblocked, playing a little bit of edge in our 6-man front. He takes down Sanders. And now 2nd and 22. I mean, this is a situation that we certainly want to be in. We can send a lot of pressure here at Shedeur. We could stunt things up here, try and confuse him, make it a really long day for him. We'll play man-to-man on the bunch. And he's got openings. He had a much more open man than that. He throws it short. Gain of 4, but he had someone wide open. But now 3rd and very long. We can go ahead and just play 5 over 3 on the bunch. And I'll be pretty comfortable letting anything short go. Basically just protect the sticks. Here we go. It's a screen to Dylan Sampson. We're able to... Oh no, Sampson! He makes great moves! Dylan Sampson, he gets blocks at the 40, at the 30! Breaking tackles! No way! Dylan Sampson, what did I just see? Oh my gosh! A little dump off screen. And just awful, awful tackling. Oh my god. One of the highlight plays of possibly the entire year. How many tackles did get missed here? Because we get the dump off. Barton gets blocked. Stokes, I mean, is on the ground. I don't know how he's able to just run right over Stokes and nothing happens. Gilman spins him out. That's 1. Breaks attack from Porter. That's 2. Here comes Clayton. He 3. Pull him out. Trips over Clayton. I won't count that as 4. And then poor Derek Hall was given his all and can't catch him. All right, we're going outside zone here. Garrett's the read. we might have to make a quick decision here if Mayer is blocking Garrett one-on-one. It's a good job, though. That's all we needed from Michael Mayer. He took Garrett out of the play there, and Genty's able to get the first down. Set the screen on second down. They ran a blitz. There we go. Trey Tucker. Tucker gets through traffic. Trey Tucker into Brown territory, down just short of the 40. They sent the slot on the pressure. There was no one out there. That's a perfect time for us to get that screen dialed up. Burton throwing again. Pass over the middle. Mayer somehow hangs on to that. That's a massive hit that Michael Mayer just took. We got man again. This is man once again. So we're going to see, does Bowers win on the release? He does not. We'll just take our throw. Jack Besh. He beats Denzel Ward. Into the red zone goes Besh. Garrett now over on the left side. Good thing we're running away from him. Genty on the counter. Great blocking. Bowers and Holloway spring Genty for his 15th touchdown on the ground this season. That was a beautiful counter. One of the things with pull concepts that I think people have a hard time with in Madden and just in the video game world is the idea of trusting your pullers, because pullers can be very brain dead in Madden and CFB, but in this time we got perfect reps. So the idea here is Holloway's the first puller. He is the kick out, and what happens is the first puller sets the guide for the second puller. So in this case, Holloway tells Bowers where he has to go. And then my job as Genty is to make the pullers right. Just follow wherever they go. Take what lanes they create for me. And this is Brock Bowers doing a fantastic job getting blocks on Devin Bush. Holloway gets the kick out on Denzel Ward. That thing I'm not worried about whatsoever. And just springs Genty. You know, counters are so powerful if you're able to just block them up. It's a slow developing play, but if you're able to, you get stuff like this, and this is just absolutely beautiful. All right, Cleveland comes out with a 3-by-1 with a nasty split, so we're going to go ahead and respond by playing a little bit of fist to that side. Play fake for Sanders. He's sacked, taken down. That is Brendan Mays beating the left tackle, Paul Peak. That's Mays' 4th sack of the year. And this is the exact thing that we were talking about, man. I don't think that they can block our edge rushers. I really don't. So if this continues, it could be a long day for Sanders. 2nd and 16, looking to throw. Sanders over the middle, intercepted! Eric Stokes, oh my, it's getting ugly here. Stokes inside the red zone, down to the 15. The pass was high, and that's the 2nd pick of the year for Stokes. And Shedeur just missed. Trying to step up, throws on the run over the head of Jerry Jeudy. Stokes was trailing, and he ends up in the right spot to make the pick. Running power now, Ashton Genty gets a first down. He gets laid out by Delpit, but he has the first down. Over 1,400 yards on the year, very close to that 1,600-yard goal that he has. Let's go ahead and try and punch this thing in here. Some motion from Bowers. We're just going to treat this like a PA rollout. We're going to be moving right. Here we go. And it's going to be a lob out to Jack Westover. The fullback breaks a tackle. He is in. Touchdown Raiders. Westover able to get in. And we are rolling. Keep in mind, these are the exact same sliders that I used when we played Seattle. I really don't know what has changed. The team just as a whole seems to be playing so much better these last 5 weeks. It's utterly insane. Shedeur to throw. He tries to shovel pass it. What is going on? This is terrible. Playing fist here to the short side. Stubby to the strong side. Sanders to throw. He has time. Pass complete. He's got his man. That is Jennings. He's covered by Cody Barton. That is an athleticism mismatch. That's for sure. 2nd and 10. Shedeur hands off. There is Drew Sanders. He just absolutely shed that block attempt from Jerry Jeudy. I mean, they're just being forced to live in these third and extremely long situations. Like, you can't do this with this type of offense that they have. You can't. We'll relate to final three here with the bunch. This throw, Jerry Jeudy, he's going to be taken down. No shot. 4th and 7. First play of the second quarter underway. We're just going to keep on doing exactly what we were doing. I mean, Malik Collins is lined up as the nose tackle. We should have this. Just give it to Genty. Ashton Genty makes a move on Delpit. That's just too easy. Right up the gut with a speed rushing nose tackle and a linebacker sitting in there. I love Schlesinger, but that's not a matchup that you want to be living in. See if anyone drops out here over Mayer. If not, he is the throw on stick. Nope, they actually sent pressure. Pass was high. Mayer takes a big shot from Schlesinger. It's going to be third down, very short. 3rd and inches, we give it to Jack Westover. He's able to power ahead and get the first down. He's basically hit up into the first down. We'll take it, though. Single high. We're going to be trying to get Tucker on the comeback. That should be the throw. Pressure, though. We're going to step up with Barton, and we're going to get close to the first down. I didn't like how the slot was moving back out to the throw on the comeback route, so I just took it and ran. May have been able to fit it in, but there's no reason to risk it. What is this? What are you doing, Cleveland? What am I looking at? What am I looking at? That's just pathetic. This is a free touchdown for Brock Bowers, dude. This is like playing a JV team. Really? Goal line against bunch? What am I looking at? Like, I can mess with the sliders all I want. I can't fix that. I can't fix stupid.
Alert! Alert!
Play fake Shadur. He has time, but throws it away. That should be grounding. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're going to use our Barton. We know that the fire zone needs us to use the hook defender. Shadur is just 4 verticals. It's just 4 verts. Oh my gosh. He's sacked. Derek Hall gets there. Oh my. I almost feel bad. Let's go ahead here, get a nice rep of stick, get to Genty, the slot blitz, so we just dump it off to him. He's able to pick up the first down. 3 passing touchdowns already for Dale Burton. I mean, this could be a really quick game. Alright, we got zone here. Watch out for JOK possibly blitzing. Let's see, does he come? He does not. They back out over Mayer. He's going to be close to the first down. 4th and 1. In all honesty, I just don't respect their offense at all. I'm going to go for this. I just don't respect their offense and what they're doing whatsoever. I think we can handle this. Maybe not. Oh, well. Did we get him offside? I don't think... Oh, we didn't. No. I thought he was offside, so I snapped the ball. Well, Mason Graham stuffs it. I could have swore Malik Collins was offsides. Yeah, if this isn't offsides, the ball is moving. If this isn't offsides, I don't know what is. Dylan Sampson, he breaks free. His biggest run of the day. Oh, he stiff arms Darian Porter into the ground. All right, Clayton's there. Don't tell me this is what springs a comeback here for Cleveland, is a missed offsides.
Let's go now.
Sanders throwing. He's sacked. There's Tommy Donaldson. There's the 4 sacks. Just like we thought that we could get 4 sacks. Well, so far we have. Throwing on 3rd and goal. Sanders in trouble. Just throws out the back of the end zone. Derek Hall got there. We're going to hold him to a field goal. Why would you run sluggo verts on 3rd and goal from the 8? Dude, Stefanski's going to get fired after this game. Duo with Genty. Oh, that just cleared out. Ashton Genty. All right, goodbye. Goodbye. Grant Delpit's not catching him. Oh my gosh, dude. This game is playing terribly. I don't know what happened. I haven't changed a single slider. And we're back to how it was for those Patriots and Broncos blowouts. Shador, oh my god, Shador, what are we doing, dude? What? Dude! Come on! And there's a sack for Drew Sanders. They just can't block us when we stunt. I'm not doing anything complicated. Maybe this will finally get the Shador fanboys to shut up and realize he's not a good quarterback. He's sacked again. Oh my lord. What even happened there? I didn't blitz. Well, Cody Barton just decided he was going to rush. And no one blocked him. All the time for Shador. We're just sitting here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, this is awful. This is so bad. How has this team won 5 games? So, good news, we're up 25. The bad news, I actually have to sit here and play another half of this game. This is awful. Like, the Niners game was just like me playing at my peak. This, I'm just like goofing around. I'm calling Wildcat. Ashton Genty can't even throw the ball, and I'm calling Wildcat for fun. Like, and the Browns can't stop anything. They're coming out in goal line when I have 3 receivers on the field. It's like, I don't know what the heck is going on. Sliders clearly need to be adjusted before the last 2 games. I'm going to make sure I do that after this, because when it happens once, it's an occurrence. When it happens twice back-to-back, it's a pattern. It's the same thing that happened with the Patriots and the Broncos game where we blew them out. Then I adjusted the sliders. It got better. Now all of a sudden we're back to the game just being way too easy again. Not sure what happened, but I'm going to end this game as fast as possible. You'll catch me again if there are some highlights, but I'm just going to try and end this thing, and we'll get back to work on some sliders before the last 2 games. Oh my god. What in the world? What? What in the world? Did I just see a rugby punt? What just happened? The snap was I didn't even know that could actually happen. I know they put long snappers in the game. I thought this was a rugby punt for a second. But obviously he's going the wrong way because he's right-footed, but that's cool. Interesting. There we go. That was beautiful rep of play action. Mayer able to get out. I know that we so don't need the starters to be in, but in situations like this, if it's a blowout, I at least want 1 drive from both starting units in the second half. I don't just want to give them the entire second half off, right, from a pure coaching decision. So we give it to Genty. He's going to power it in. All right, Ashton, your day is done. Get all the stars out. This is over. Ashton, do not do that. Do not do that when we're up by 31. Oh my gosh, picked off by Darian Porter. This is going to be a touchdown. Oh my. Oh my, Shador. Oh my goodness. He better be benched after this. I think that's the first pick in the career of Darian Porter. I was not excited whatsoever. But let's take a moment to celebrate just how good Porter has been. So, pick 6 for Darian Porter. Good job. We broke 50. We've scored 1 other touchdown since then, but back to me playing in silence. I'll see you at the end of the game, provided nothing else happens. Oh my. That's 4 sacks for Tommy Donaldson. Dude, this game... What has happened this game? I think the saddest thing of this entire game was that the Browns actually scored 20 points. And if their defense played any semblance of decent football, this could have been an interesting game. But the sliders just did not do us any favors for this game. I'm going to have to crank some things up here because we can't have a game like this happen again. Because this was not fun. This was purely just not fun whatsoever. Shedeur was terrible. 13 for 30. 2 interceptions. Dale Burton was perfect. 14 for 15. He barely played. This was just awful. This was a terrible game. 3 rushing touchdowns for Genty. Like, this is awful. I can't believe how terrible this was. I think pass protection for us needs to come down. We haven't been sacked much this year. I mean, we had 9 sacks, 4 of which came from Tommy Donaldson. Like, this was an awful game. This was a truly slog for me to play through. I never want a game to play like this ever again. This was terrible. Tommy Donaldson got 3 upgrade points for this. He gets 12,000 XP for 5 sacks in the season. My gosh, he's going to be really developed. And we have his star development revealed. Okay, so 3 upgrades though to cap off him revealing his dev trait. That's pretty good. Okay, so in week 17 now, Denver won, we obviously won, the Chargers lost, and Kansas City won. So we are still the 6th seed once again. LA has moved to the 7th seed. But this is getting tight, man. We can't screw up at all because Kansas City is the 8th seed. So yeah, we would have to win out. We have to win out if we're going to make it, I think. Because Buffalo's right on our tail. We have a tiebreaker over Buffalo. We have to win this game against the Jets. The Jets come in with a team that is certainly overperforming a little bit compared to their ratings. They're 7-8. I think they're most likely out. I don't think they're mathematically out of the playoffs yet, but they're the 11th seed right now in the AFC. But this team really has a pretty bright future ahead of them. They drafted Owen Cousins in the first round of the draft this past season. And then when you consider all of the draft picks they have, including the first overall projected pick from the Colts in the Sauce Gardner trade, along with Dallas's first round pick this year, this team could completely rebuild and it's going to be terrifying with these picks. I mean, this is a fringe playoff team that is likely to pick first overall. That is absolutely ridiculous. Overall, though, Cousins has had a very solid rookie season. 29 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, a little turnover prone, little bit in the lacking in the efficiency department with the completion percentage and the yards per attempt. But overall, he looks to be their quarterback of the future. And maybe, just maybe, the Jets have hit on a QB in the draft. In the run game, Breece Hall is kind of like the same mold as Kenneth Walker. He's a really good Madden running back. He breaks a lot of tackles. He's very fast. That juke move is amazing. He comes in with just over 1,000 yards, his second 1,000-yard season in his career. I think Breece Hall is going to be the primary focus for us trying to stop this Jets offense. They do have Garrett Wilson, who is someone we definitely are going to be focusing on. We're going to be calling a lot of cover 2 to his side, right? And then we're going to take all those Fangio principles that we've been learning about, a little bit of match man to get some double team on him. We're going to be focusing on Garrett Wilson because Juju does not scare me. Jalen Naylor's a nice piece, but he doesn't scare me either. Neither does Elijah Moore. It really is Garrett Wilson and then nothing else. So my focus is going to be taking away Wilson. I feel like we've said the same thing talking about a lot of offensive lines. This is a really solid O-line. The two things that highlight on the Jets are Olu Fashanu and then Armand Membu at tackle. These are 2 really, really good tackles. But you look at the interior. They brought back Elijah Vera Tucker and then John Simpson is a solid guard. But look at the center. Ryan Bates, not a great center. This is going to be another penny game. Another day for Tommy Donaldson to wreck shop in the run game. Look at the 66 run block power. it's really the same exact thing. And Donaldson is coming off of 4 sacks last week. I think this is going to be another just clean game for him. Over onto the defensive side now, Will McDonald on the edge. He's gotten a lot better than I thought he was going to be. You know, when he was coming out of Iowa State, I thought he was a classic overachieving 3-3-5 defensive end who didn't know how to play the run. He's gotten himself to being a pretty good player. Now, interestingly enough, the Jets consider him to be a bridge player. So, this might be someone that we take a look at moving into next year. I think that he would definitely fit what I'm kind of trying to do. He's a bit of a smaller edge, but he's got some of the skills that I like. Maybe there's something here, but we can't do anything about that now. On the other side, we get to see a very familiar face in Khalil Mack in his age 35 season, still getting starting reps with 9 sacks. The guy just keeps on chugging away now on the Jets. On the interior, they spent the 19th pick on Terrell Jarrett out of Oklahoma State. He is a very strong defensive tackle at just 310 pounds, but that 96 strength is very, very impressive. He comes in with 5 sacks on the year. And then they have Harrison Phillips, who is a very solid run defender, number 2 defensive tackle. So overall, I think this D-line is very, very good. The linebackers, Jamie Sherwood and Quincy Williams, are very talented, very athletic, very good in coverage, but also very small. And the question is, can a 216 and 225 pound linebacker hold up with our interior run game? We beat up on the Browns, we beat up on the Niners, who have much bigger, more physical linebackers than this. Now I have changed the sliders around and made them a little bit more difficult, but this is, I think, the big matchup. If they can't stop the power run, then there's no reason for me to move away from it. With their 2nd round pick, the Jets made the first move in trying to replace Sauce Gardner and took Matt Hunter out of Utah. He comes in at an 81 overall with star development. He's a very good zone corner, elite zone corner at this point in his career already. He's someone that we're going to have to think about. You know, is he going to be able to lock down our number 1 wide receiver? That zone coverage is amazing. But if we get a man-tell, is 28 a weakness for them? And I really think that one of the biggest weaknesses on this team is Azareye'h Thomas. He's a solid player, but just 86 speed is so slow. You know, if he gets matched up with like Trey Tucker, for God's sake, or a guy who can out-physical him like Brock Bowers, who is still faster than him, I just think Thomas is such a big mismatch. We'll have to see if he's playing in the slot, but if he's outside, I mean, this could be a long day. And for once, there are actually a pair of safeties that don't have long speed concerns. Andre Cisco and Tony Adams both have speed over 90, and they're pretty solid players. It appears that the Jets will be putting Jarvis Brownlee in the slot, so that is going to put Azareye'h Thomas on the outside, likely matched up with Trey Tucker, so this could be finally the game where we try and get Tucker's vertical speed going. And then before we jump in, it's time to let you know who are we rooting for and what games are we looking for on the ticker. Kansas City is playing against the Niners. This is a game I would expect the Chiefs to win it, but we want the Niners to win. I believe that if San Francisco wins, then we might get a playoff spot, or at the very least, it doesn't make next week a must-win game. But if Kansas City wins, I don't think it matters what the result of our game is. I think that next week will have to be a win and in if Kansas City wins. Another key matchup here is Denver versus Buffalo. Buffalo is on the outside looking in right now. They are the 9 seed. If they win, then this gets complicated with them, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. However, if Denver wins, this would most likely lock up the division. Not guaranteed because we did split with the Broncos, so the tiebreakers would get a little bit interesting here. And then the Chargers are playing against the Steelers. I would expect the Chargers to win this game, but if the Steelers could do us a favor here, they're out of the playoff race at this point. So it would be good to make this thing a little bit less interesting in the AFC West. Owen Cousins will take the field first with this Jet offense, looking to cap off a solid rookie year for the first round pick. Now, I am just praying that we don't have any issues when it comes to the sliders. I'm praying that we get a much, much cleaner game than we had the last 2 weeks. But the Jets are going to come out here with 2 tight ends on the field. We'll respond with the 6-man front. Cheat over here with Clayton, and a run is going to be stuffed by Cody Barton. It's going to be a big, big thing for us if we can stop the interior run game. I feel pretty comfortable that we can because of Tommy Donaldson. But we get the cover 2 over Garrett Wilson for 2nd down. We'll play Mason Taylor. He's our read here. They throw it to him, and Taylor's got a 1st down. Drew Sanders not able to get a jam off on him. Wilson, he is on the field. We're going to go ahead and get into cover 6. And a run here for Breece Hall. He's got himself right to midfield. Oh, we're all screwed up. We're just going to have to stick in man. They're going to hand it off to Hall on 2nd down. He's going to try and find the 1st. He'll only get 1. Drew Sanders brings him down. All right. We'll get ourselves right up in the box here. I think we're going to send some pressure, try and stop this thing. We'll drop Gilman down so at least he's covering Juju. And they're going to hand it off to Hall again, trying to get the 1st down. He cannot. Derek Hall brings him down. 4th and inches, first big call of the game. And the Jets are going to be some cowards here. They're going to go ahead and punt this thing. So we'll come out in safe, man. I mean, I don't think they're going to fake it. But this is a spot where you have to go for it. That is a cowardly punt. Carey will catch it, but we will take the change of possession and get the offense onto the field. And I think the name of the game is really simple today. We want to see if these linebackers can handle the power run game. So we're going to come out heavy personnel. We're going to run it right at them, pull the linemen. See, can Quincy Williams hold up here? We're going to run with Genty, and it's a good job filling, only limiting us to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 with the 2 high. We'll go pure progression. We get to Trey Tucker. That's going to get us 6. And bring up 3rd and 4. Single high. As long as this apex on the left side doesn't get out to Tucker, we're going to throw it to him. He does, though, so we'll hit Jack Besh over the middle. Linebackers got way too deep. 1st down. So we get out of the shadow of our own end zone. That's a good way for us to respond to the good punt. This bootleg to the right here, this should be wide open for Bowers. Yes, it is. Brock Bowers get upfield. Not able to keep up with him. We get 6 on 1st down. That really opens things up now. Stack look, worried about the run through from the backers. Not too much there, though. We're able to power ahead with Genty and get right up to the line to gain. Not going to complicate things too much. We're going to get the heavy personnel back on the field, and we're just going to run inside zone. We're going to try and go right off the butt of Holloway following Jack Westover. Let's see. Good block from Westover. Genty able to reach ahead and get the 1st down. We might be getting pressure off the right side from that apex, so Mayer's my throw if he comes. He does. We hit Michael Mayer. He pulls away from Jamie Sherwood. Michael Mayer past midfield to the 48. That was a really nice job. Recognize the blitz, just dump it off to Mayer and let him do the rest. Some kind of pressure look here. If no one goes out to Tucker, we're throwing this to him. Yep, there we go. Hit Sean Tucker. We'll take that. Gain of 6. Incompletion made it 3rd down and 4. We got single high. I'm thinking Mayer's my thrower is going to read the stick out here. We got it. Michael Mayer, 1st down. I had Bowers too. They blitz the slot. So far, lots of single high. We'll go play fake. My goal here is to hit Bowers on this out route. Oh, we got Besh, though. Hit Jack Besh. Good block from Trey Tucker. We're inside the 10. We are in business. Moving right down the field. Outside zone is going to read Johnson to Harrison Phillips and see what comes to us. We're going to cut inside of that Colton Miller block. We'll get to the 5. Tough sledding so far in the running game for Genty. We'll go with these crossers. Likely to get man on the goal line. We might be having zone, though, with the corner over Brock Bowers. We're going to have the crossing routes. Try and open things up, but it opens up a run lane. Dale Burton. There we go. All right. There we go. Runs it in. Just open it up. The crossing routes pulled the linebackers away, and Burton's able to run in. That's like his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. All right. Good start for the offense. I'm really glad we were able to punch that in. Nice long drive. Motion here from the Jets. I'll move the linebackers over with it. It's going to be a handoff backside to Breece Hall. He's got Darian Porter there. He breaks the tackle, but good job rallying from Drew Sanders. Is going to do it for the 1st quarter. I've not seen any of those big games that we care about in the division yet. I don't know if they're happening a bit later or we just haven't seen them yet. Go half quarter. Make sure we have the cover 2 over Garrett Wilson. Hand off to Hall. Derek Hall almost took down Cousins there. It's only a gain of 2. But they're going to bring an extra receiver onto the field here on 3rd and 8. And they're going to go trips. 4 strong trips. So I'm going to go cover 3 buzz. Make sure we drop. Yeah, make sure we definitely get that rotation down from a safety over Wilson. They're going to throw the dig. That pass in and out of the hands of Jalen Naylor. If that ball was a little bit lower and he didn't have to jump for it, he probably comes down with it. If it was Garrett Wilson, he probably comes down with it. But Jets are going to have to punt. Alright, did you see that the Bills and Broncos game is a 4:25 kickoff? So we will not know the result of that game until our game concludes. But all we're going to be focused on doing is winning our matchup. Same thing with the Chiefs-Niners. That's a 4:15 kickoff. Alright. I don't think we're going to be doing any scoreboard watching. Play fake for Burton. Can we hit that corner route to Michael Mayer? What a throw! What a throw and a great catch with Jamie and Sherwood all over him. Man coverage, just lead that thing down as much as you can and let the leverage pull your guy open. We'll go outside zone right here, away from the nickel. Make our same read as usual. Cut inside that Caleb Rogers block. Ashton Genty. There we go. I'm so happy that you're able to make really nice cuts in Madden now. You know, like 5 years ago you couldn't, and the outside zone run game wasn't as fun. But now, I mean, when I'm able to make a cut like that in this game, that's really, really nice. All right, middle field's open here. If this stays the way it is, Trey Tucker might be open for a touchdown. Nope, we got Brock Bowers. Bowers, he breaks a tackle. Touchdown. Oh my. I think we got some kind of pressure there from the Jets off the slot. Really, the throw probably should have been to the access, but my eyes went from Tucker right back to Bowers. He was open, and I trust Brock Bowers more than anyone on this offense. The Chargers are up 7-3 on the Steelers, so we're going to have to stay ahead of the Chargers because they swept us. So everything is must win for us as long as the Chargers and the Chiefs keep on winning. Really a monumental drive here for the Jets. You don't want to give us the opportunity to go up 3 scores like we have the past couple of weeks. That run outside, loss of 4. Sergio Matias all over Breece Hall. Great play by the rookie. And then we're going to get trips tight end offset. So you know what we want to do here. We want to go with our stubby on the front side, fist on the back side. We'll shift right to get Donaldson into a 1-tech. They're going to throw a screen out here to Hall. CJ Clayton's there. It's going to be a short game. We'll bring up 3rd down and 9. And you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and try to run if I can find it. Yeah, let's go ahead. We're going to run a little bit of Fangio's man match. We're going to match up here and take the highest of the 2 routes. Wilson to Juju. Juju's our guy here. Cousins, he's in trouble. He's going to have to throw the ball away. Great job on the man coverage. We locked everything down. Right, so the idea that we're running here, this is a Fangio coverage that I believe he calls Pinky. And the idea of it is that we're running ring. And we know that ring is finger, which is man match, cover 2 man to a number. And then we get cover 4 man match to the weak side. But instead we're flipping it. Right? And the reason being, Garrett Wilson's in the slot. Right? So it's the same idea as running Zeus, where you run cover 4 if your number that you're targeting is in the slot. So in this case, we're just running man-to-man, but I am playing like a quarter safety instead. So I am reading 2-1. In this case, Wilson, he goes out. They've used him as a decoy a couple of times, but this is exactly why we run this coverage. Wilson is out. We don't need to reserve 2 guys to him, because he's just running an out route. Mekhi Blackman can handle that. So instead, I get my eyes back onto Juju. And, I mean, Juju's pretty dang slow. I mean, look at that. That's a terrible cut. Eric Stokes has blanketed him. And there's no one there. Great job by Darian Porter, able to stick with Jalen Naylor. I mean, he sticks with him in man coverage really well. Cousins does nothing. He's got to throw the ball away. All right, I'm going to take my shot here. Azareye'h Thomas is on Trey Tucker. Middle field's open. We've run outside zone effectively. We're in a formation that is heavy run. If we get the chance, I'm letting this thing fly to Trey Tucker. Oh, we got it. We got it. Dale Burton taking his shot down the field. Tucker! There we go for the first time this year. We finally hit a deep ball to Trey Tucker. Dale Burton is feeling it. We're up 21-0. So pre-snap, we're looking at this. First thing, middle field open. I already like it because we got the deep post. We know that Tucker has the speed advantage against Thomas, right? There's only so many other things that this could be, right? It looks like cover 4. So we know we have the crossing route from Bowers that will peel the safety down, right? It's the number one route that Coach JB hates to open up the post on the deep side against quarters. It could also be rotation into cover 3. It could also be rotation into cover 1. But that's really it. So my point of emphasis when I am reading in the drop is looking at the safeties. Are we rotating? No. One safety's bailing, one safety's running across the field, and I know that we have that post from Besh that's going to start as a post and then break out into a corner. So I know that safety's going to be cleared out. And look at this. There's just a ton of space. So much space. Bowers is open, but we don't care because we're going to let this thing fly. We're going to let it fly. We got Trey Tucker. We know he has a speed advantage. I mean, this is almost just too easy. And this is what happens when you run quarters all the time, especially if you don't have the athletes that can hang. All right, back on offense. Jets have got to show us something here if they want to keep this interesting. Hall motions out, so we're getting past. We'll sit in the middle here with Polamau. He's going to throw it. Cousins does. He gets Mason Taylor, who pulls away from Drew Sanders. That's the best play of the day for the Jets. Okay, now they got Garrett Wilson in that tight alignment here. We're trying to play cover 2 to him. We do. Good job by Stokes. It's the first catch of the day for Wilson, but it's only a 4-yard gain. Hand off to Hall on first down. He breaks away from Barton. He's able to get 5. All right, brings him 3rd and 1. They couldn't convert on one earlier, but let's see here. I'm going to come out and base. I think that we have to get as many bodies on the line as possible. We'll play underneath here. I'm anticipating run. They give it to Breece Hall. He's got a hole, and he's got a first down. All right, they are into Raider territory for the first time today. Hand off 2nd down, Hall. He's got a lane. Breece Hall, nice cut. Breece Hall down to the 11. 10 carries already for Breece Hall. It's the best drive the Jets have going here. 1st and 10. Trips tight end offset. We're going to make our check here. We'll drop Chin down into the box so we can get 3 over 2 a bit easier. Cousins, he's going to throw. Time's running out. Throws to the end zone. Knocked down by Drew Sanders. Johnny Newton got there on some pressure. I want to stick in Penny, but let's go with a little bit of cover 3. I haven't run cover 3 out of this look yet. Make sure we have the bodies in here with the 2 backs in the backfield. Cousins to throw. It's a screen. Breece Hall. Gilman does not get blocked. He brings Hall down. All right, 3rd and 10. If we can get out of here, only allowing 3... I'm feeling really, really good, honestly. And I'm going to go ahead and stunt this up. We're coming out in wide, so we're really trying to open things up for us to stunt back inside. Watch out for Derek Hall. Watch out for Drew Sanders. We're really just leaving the middle of the defense open right now. Time runs out. Tommy Donaldson with the pressure. Cousins throws it in the dirt. We will force the field goal. All right. That is a very good job by the defense responding there with the long drive, couple explosives from the Jets. Only allowing 3 when we're up by this much is a win for us. And I did see the Chargers and Steelers are tied at 10 right now. So the Steelers might be out of this thing in the playoff mix, but they're giving LA all they can handle right now. Looks like the nickel might be coming here. Off the right side, let's see. Nope, we don't get anything. We have Bowers over the middle. Completely toasts the slot corner over him. That's going to be a 2-minute warning. We get the first down. He's just such a mismatch problem. He's really, really impossible to guard with just your average slot corner. Looks like more just straight man right now, which is not what the Jets really should be running here. Motion Besh in. We might have the wrap in, but that's another sack for Khalil Mack. He beats Charles Grant off the right edge, and Mack has 2 sacks on one of his many former teams. Clock's going to be running down now. I would like to just keep ourselves in field goal range, I think. So I think we want to run a draw here to Genty, see if we can just get something. And that is what we will get. We make it 3rd down and 10. Jets not going to call their timeouts, so I'm just going to come out. I'll come out big and just run the ball, see if we can get like 5. And then put ourselves in a situation to kick a field goal. Hand it off. We got Jumbo on the field. Genty. Never mind. We're just going to pick up the 1st down instead. Ashton Genty. All right. We'll call a timeout. Just ahead of 1 minute left on the clock. Really embarrassing they didn't match personnel. Like, just simple stuff in these EA games that the CPU still doesn't do. They look at the situation just like, oh, we'll come out and dime because it's 3rd down and long. Well, I don't care about the 1st down. I was content getting a field goal. But now we're in a situation where we can go ahead and start playing again. We'll hit Bowers over the middle. I did not mean to lob that, but he still comes down with it. And just another just really, really clean game for Dale Burton and this offense. I mean, I upped the CPU pass coverage a very fair amount after last game, and it still just does not feel like that they are doing anything right now. It does not feel like they're able to win. We are losing in pass pro, though. That's a sack for Harrison Phillips. He came in fast. They've been running man. We might be getting pressure here, so we'll peek Genty. All right, no pressure, but we have Mayer on the OTB route on the mesh. Makes it 3rd down and 3. We will get to the line. This is probably the last play that we're going to have. Might have one more. We got man, I think. So Crash is live. We got it. We hit Brock Bowers. He's out of bounds at the 1. This is perfect now. Because now we're going to get an opportunity. We can sneak it. We have a timeout. So we'll come out here. We'll sneak it. If we don't get it, we will call timeout. And I may even sneak it again instead of kicking a field goal. But let's see. Do we get in the jump? We do not. So let's snap the ball. Burton, and he's in. All right. That's a pretty darn perfect 2-minute drill right there. Dale Burton, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. 4 touchdowns in the 1st half. Raiders are rolling. 28-3 at halftime. I'm not feeling too good about my slider changes. I didn't make a single thing easier. I just made every single thing harder, and it's still 28-3. I'm at least happy to see that the CPU is starting to get a little bit of a pass rush going, and they're able to play the run game a little bit better, but the pass game, I mean, everything is just so open right now. I'm just in such a rhythm throwing the ball. So maybe pass reaction and coverage just need to keep going up for the CPU. I don't know. Offensively, for the Jets, they're really just not doing anything. We haven't really been doing anything special. They just haven't been able to get open. Maybe I need to lower coverage for the user a little bit more. But we've done a great job limiting Garrett Wilson. He's only got 1 catch today. Playing cover 2 to him has really been effective. Just saying, hey, Juju, try and beat us. And Juju is Juju. He's not going to beat you. So that's been really effective. And Cousins, he doesn't really look comfortable. As our offense takes the field, I did just see that the Chargers, you can see in the bottom there, they're up 17-13 at halftime over Pittsburgh. So as our game looks to be kind of out of reach already at the start of the 2nd half, we definitely going to move into scoreboard watching. We're going to run power here with Genty, get the fullback on the field, Ashton Genty. There we go. That's a nice run, probably his best run of the day. He's got over 50. And we're really just going to try and make this game run out fast. We're going to try and get the clock down There's no reason to risk anything here. Just keep on letting the clock run. Keep the ball on the ground. Let's not do anything crazy. Hand it off to Genty again. We'll get 2. Some kind of possible pressure look, maybe. Maybe some kind of weird rotation. Let's see. Nope. We'll just throw it. Trey Tucker makes the catch. First down. Burton, he's on pace for another perfect passer rating, another Len Dawson game. They're just trying to run one double, and this is why one double isn't always the best thing to run, because there's so many other ways to attack it. As long as you're not trying to throw it to the one guy they're doubling, then it's just man-to-man solo across the board on the rest of the field. I mean, they've been running a ton of man, so really, I'm just going to run a bunch of crossing routes. Like, just dial this up. This is basically just mesh with some extra steps to it. And there we go. Michael Mayer's wide open. Just completely vacated, and they ran some kind of zone blitz again. Yeah, just vacated over the middle. Just too easy. Single high, stack look, likely getting some kind of pressure. Jeez, we're sacked again. All right. The 3-man rush is working for the Jets, apparently. I didn't know that 3-man rush would be so effective. 3rd and 15, though. I'm just going to run a screen. Try and get in the field goal range. We've already really kind of done our job on this drive just by making it take so long. Genty, can we make a guy miss? No. We get taken down from behind by their nice rookie defensive tackle, but this is going to lead to a field goal, so we'll go up 31-3, provided that I don't miss this. 11-mile-an-hour winds. It's actually pretty substantial. Let's see. Carlson, and I pushed it. Okay. Trying to overcompensate for the wind. That's not great. We've had a number of missed field goals with Daniel Carlson this year. All right. So it kind of stings to not have a long drive pay off with a touchdown there, but now we have to be really, really good on defense, make sure that we don't let up any points after the sudden change. Run some fire zone here against a tight look. Cousins in trouble. He's sacked. There we go. Everyone got hands on him. Porter got hands on him. Newton, Mays, Donaldson, or I think all the rushers got a hand on him. We sent Porter on the blitz. I'll be really interested to see who they give the sack to. And we got the coveted 1 sack that's split between enough players that it's actually 2 sacks. Brendan Mays, Drew Sanders, Darian Porter, and Johnny Newton all get credited with a sack on 1 play. Cousins throwing on 2nd down, has time. There's Garrett Wilson over the middle. That is his 2nd catch, his first big one of the day. They just had way too much time with the chips there. I tried to stunt, but it clearly did not work as well as some of our other stunts have. Handoff now, Breece Hall. It's a solid run, gain of 6. This game is certainly not over, but the Jets are going to have to start trying to focus on scoring quickly. Going to go ahead and box this bunch up here with Barton. We got first man inside. That would be Wilson. We get a screen out to Hall. He makes Porter miss. He makes Clayton miss. It's a 1st down just outside of the red zone. They're going to go right back to the same exact look. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go ahead, box the bunch. We're going to trust our play call here. Hand off to Hall. That's a good tackle from McFadden. And an injury timeout on the field. It's Armand Membu who's going to have to come off. And now they're going ahead and they are bringing 4 receivers onto the field. So we're going to go ahead, spread out the D-line. We're going to stunt a little bit, play some Tampa 2. Cousins, he has to throw it, checks it down. That's Naylor. He's going to be a yard shy of the 1st down. So likely going to be getting a QB sneak here. Cousins does sneak. He doesn't get it, though. He does not get it. Brendan Mays stands him up. That's the first time I've seen a QB sneak get stuffed this year. And the Jets just being ultimate cowards. Aaron Glenn not doing any favors for this trope that defensive head coaches are extremely conservative. He kicks another field goal. He's been conservative all day. A field goal does nothing for you. You gotta go for it. You gotta try and get the touchdown. Well, look at that. Pittsburgh up 20-17 over LA. That's exactly what I like to see here. If the certain amount of things go right, we could be in a situation where we just rest our starters. They're still just running one double tight end. I mean, they've clearly read the scouting report. They know that Michael Mayer is the secret sauce to our offense, but I mean, we're just picking them apart everywhere else very, very easily. Genty, oh my. Great running for Ashton Genty. Great blocking by the line. This is ridiculous. They just keep on running one double. Let's just progress this right to left. Besh is the first throw. And we're going to wait for Bowers to clear out. There it is. Brock Bowers, first down. Linebacker just sitting there. Dale Burton's over 300 yards passing. Dude, that's 3 plays of one double. This is honestly getting a bit ridiculous that they're just sitting in this. We'll go play fake. Bowers not on the field. Besh is the motion man. We're going to try and dump it off to him. He's not there. Can we make this throw to Mayer? Nope. It's out of range. That is the second incompletion on the day for Dale Burton. 3rd and 3. Run duo right behind Brock Bowers. Hand off to Genty. We don't get it. 4th and 1. I mean, what does the field goal do? Field goal puts us up 25 as opposed to being up 22. Yeah, field goal is a good call here. Because then they would be down 4 possessions. Yeah, they're down 4 possessions now. I mean, this feels like right now they're just coming out in like the same formations. They're just coming out in gun bunch tight end again. They've come out in bunch X nasty. Running box here. Bad throw from Owen Cousins. I mean, this is starting to get really, really predictable in terms of what these teams are doing. And that's frustrating, right? I don't want to be in this situation where things are just so predictable. Because it's not entertaining for me to play or for you guys to watch. There's a nice job from Cousins. Throws it to Garrett Wilson as soon as Barton came down. But we'll do some more slider work. I really just want to try and have them as perfect as can be ahead of this game with Kansas City, because that's the big one to decide if we're going to make the playoffs or not. Play fake for Cousins here. He has time. It's running out. He's in trouble and sacked. Derek Hall makes the play. They ran a shot play, only 3 routes on the field, and we had them all covered. Yeah, we can send pressure. I'm okay with that. Let's just take chin and make sure that we get Garrett Wilson locked up. And the angle route's open to Breece Hall. He's got the first down. Sticking with 4 receivers on the field. Cousins throwing. He's got a dig route over the middle. In trouble and sacked. Tommy Donaldson gets there again. That is sack number 7, I want to say, for Donaldson. He just beat Ryan Bates at center. It's the matchup that I thought we were going to get, and we got it. And I think we're just going to go half quarter here. We will play tight end here vertical, not there. Garrett Wilson's coming back across the field. Cousins in trouble, throws, there it is. Noah Fant gets away from Micah McFadden. As soon as he starts to run, Fant pulls away. There we go. That's what I was expecting to happen, honestly. 1st and goal, though, we're just playing man. Chin's in the box, another linebacker. It's actually a pretty good role for Jeremy Chin, all things considered. Cousins in trouble, sacked. Drew Sanders got him. They aren't able to make quick reads. I think that's probably the most frustrating thing, is they can't make the quick reads that quick game requires for you to make. So then they just kind of sit there and get sacked if they can't get rid of the ball immediately. Cousins in trouble. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Derek Hall got there. Cody Barton recovered. God help me. What slider changes do I need to do to make these sliders play like they did earlier? Barton gets caught by Breece Hall. Oh my goodness. I should not be winning these games this badly. This is all Madden. But the CPU is just playing terribly right now. And for the 3rd straight game, Geno Smith is now in at quarterback. The backups are in. The stars are out. And we're just going to try and end this game once again. I thought that my slider work was enough, but it clearly just was not. Geno throws. Michael Mayer just isn't covered. Did they run engage 8? What did they run? Because Mayer just was not covered. The touchdown for Geno. A touchdown for Mayer. Let's wrap this game up. All right, the winning streak continues, and Jamarcus Russell has taken the Raiders to double-digit wins in his first full season as the team's head coach after this 38-6 throttling of the New York Jets. I think the Jets will be a lot better in the future with all those first-round picks that they got. But my goodness, this team was just terrible. Again, just terrible. We took away Garrett Wilson and they had nothing on offense. Owen Cousins did not have a good day. Their defense did not play well. Dale Burton had whatever he wanted. We got, finally, the nice deep ball to Trey Tucker, but this game was just awful. Burton comes up just shy of a perfect passer rating once again. Does go over 300 yards. I believe that Genty might have gotten his 1,600-yard rushing goal with this performance. I think that would be enough. It was nice to see the CPU pass rush at least be somewhat effective. Steve Holloway did allow 2 sacks. We got sacked 4 times in total. And then our defense played pretty well. The pass rush has really shown up the last couple of weeks. We did a nice job in coverage. And then we had the strip sack from Derek Hall that Cody Barton almost took back all the way for a touchdown. Oh my. What has happened in the AFC? We went from the 6 seed to the 2 seed. The Chargers won, the Broncos lost, the Chiefs won, and now we are suddenly the 2 seed. But I don't even know if we've clinched. We haven't. No one in the AFC has clinched. We are tied at the top of the AFC at 10-6 with Baltimore and Cincinnati. This is one of the most insane ends of the season that I've seen. This is really insane. I think we could, depending on results, be the 1 seed or miss the playoffs entirely. Because Baltimore and Cincinnati don't play each other. So they could both lose. And if they lose and we win, we are suddenly the number 1 seed in the AFC. But if we lose to Kansas City, then it's a split between us and them. The Chargers and Broncos don't play each other. The Broncos will probably beat Arizona. The Chargers will probably beat San Francisco. So if we don't, we have to win. Because we have the tiebreaker over New England and Buffalo. So I think we'd be in over them if we we'd be in over them if we tied record-wise. But then it will come down to whatever plays out in this mess. If the Chargers win and we lose, then I think we're out. Because the Chargers swept us, and if the Chiefs beat us, then it gets really interesting. Yeah, if the Chiefs beat us, they have the division tiebreaker over us. Oh my, this is going to be really, really interesting. Win, we're the 1 seed. Lose, we're out of the playoffs. This is insane. This is going to be such an interesting episode next time. You're going to get 1 game against the Chiefs to basically determine how this season ends up. This is utterly insane. I hope that you guys are excited, because I sure am. Please, though, tell me if you have any secrets for sliders. Because I don't want this game against the Chiefs to be a dud. I don't think I can handle it if this game against Kansas City is a dud and we just blow them out. This has to be a good game. So if you have any tips for sliders, let me show you what I have right now. Because these are the sliders that have done me good the entire year. Because these are the sliders that have done me good since we made the shift after that Broncos blowout. And now all of a sudden they just don't work. I think some things that can come down. User pass coverage probably. Let's drop that by 10. Right? I think that the CPU has had a lot of trouble just being able to see anything open. We'll drop pass defense reaction time a bit. Run blocking is already down all the way. It's been down there. Wide receiver catching, we can drop a little bit. We've made a lot of tough catches, so we can drop that a little bit. I know that one doesn't move around too much. This is what I'm working with. If you got any suggestions, definitely let me know. Because I want this game to be good. I want the rest of the games that we play to be good. We're still on all Madden. That was a game and a set of games this episode where you just gotta check to make sure the difficulty is still where it should be. But man, it's all the marbles. Next time we take on the Chiefs to end the year at home. We had that classic game against them just a couple of weeks ago. I mean, what a thriller, and the odds could not be even higher. I hope you're excited to see how this season ends. Does it end with us going to the playoffs, possibly with a first-round bye, or does it end with us missing by inches? You're going to find out soon. I will see you next time for the next episode of the Raiders franchise. Like the video if you haven't. Subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you next time. Take care.